Welcome to another Forex Killers market update. Do me a favor, if you've never been here, grab that reciprocating saw and mildly dismember the like button. We have killed the market. We absolutely destroyed it. It's dead. Last week, the news event, it played to an absolute T. I want to talk about the second NFP, but as you can see, listening to prior market updates, we had the move that we were expecting, the high move and the reversal point. Almost to the pip, and it was a great trading week. The setups played really well. So we had this. I'll go through a couple of the majors. We had this correction here, again, in the Discord. Spoke about this point right here and us getting the reversal at that point there. So I think I showed that in my last video that, gold had a little bit further down to go. It was about 1910. But just talking with the guys in the Discord, and some guys thought it might be selling off a bit more, but I said, no, I'm expecting majors to go upside. And obviously it certainly did that. And, my level was this former EL here at 1.08169. We dropped down another 10 pips and then just clear upside. We had the first FOMC and we got that, we got that big pump. Asian session came and the DXY went off. I'm just sort of revising my last video. DXY, has this little shutdown. I put an alert above this top, and then once we got that move up, I was looking for my sell. Let's see if this is going to load. I was looking for my sell, and we got that big pump up, and then I took my short right here at the top to the pip. I'll just I'll show that one. There it is there. So there's my sell right up, right at the very top. Just a perfect entry. So look, talking about the next day, it was all about the news event, right? So I'm just posting stuff in here, just keeping people up to date. Potential price action on gold there, some potential price action on GU. So we're just coming up to NFP. In my last video, I couldn't get a chart video out, but I just spoke to the camera and just told you guys what I was expecting. That I was expecting a bit of volatility, maybe a spike up for some more sells, and then continued downside. With the news that we got, the numbers that came out, it was very dependent on the numbers that came out, and they were obviously huge. You see here that the forecast was 193 and it was 517. So immediately the algorithms triggered and we got the big dump, right? So algorithms immediately dumped this be selling off, right? So just here I put in, this was just before news, and I said hedge long here. So this is a potential hedge long. So what is a hedge? A hedge is basically where you're going to if you don't know, you got a news event coming up, you're in a swing sell or you're in some sort of trade and you want to, mitigate the loss if you're expecting that you might get some upside, say if we're in a sell, right? Or if you're in a buy, then you might get some downside. So you might put a hedge sell in. So if you can't hedge on, as in your broker doesn't allow you to hedge directly on your same pair, you can hedge on something else. So for EU, you'd hedge DXY long, right? So I hedged DXY long, but what did I hedge it? I hedged it about 10%, right? Because I was very confident in the sell. Immediately after that, we got the numbers and we got the big dump. So I'll just show that. Where are we? Oh, this was the setup coming into London before the news. So this was London, and I also posted on that. I said, where we got. So I was posting a fair bit for this news event because it was pretty important. Got some guys again talking a lot of stuff here. So yeah, so here's the EL update. Play the EL. So play the expansion line. So we had the expansion leg down, and then we retraced, and then we held that EL and started moving up. So EU is bullish, mildly bullish, just for that small section, and we started getting that move up there. So we held that EL. And we started moving up. So this was going into news, getting the retrace. And what have we got here? I'm just talking about the S&P. Someone's asking me about the S&P on the higher time frame. So with this chart, I just said I'm just protecting profits. I really wasn't expecting the dump to be so aggressive, but with those numbers, that's what's going to happen. So we got that move up. I said on the chart-wise, looking to break down if numbers are favorable for the dollar. So we certainly got that move down. If we break up, looking at this for GU, so looking at that for a sell. And if with gold, it was looking for a sell-off and then a move up for a correction and then downside. But again, that news was crazy. The numbers were really good for the dollar. So we got that immediate dump. Where we got here? Yeah, there. I'm just showing you guys just what you're going to get in the Discord. Just giving you updates. So that we bounced up this level. I said if we break this EL, we're selling hard, right? Come down. The gold move down, exceeded expectations. So, expected that move down, but then with the numbers, it was obviously not a buy, right? And which we knew. This was 12:45 a.m. for me. I'm just giving guys a heads up before I go to sleep because I'm knocking off. And you can see that DXY was at 102.478, and I put this at just under 103 as our first consolidation point. So if we just go and have a look at that. Let's get the load. So we shot up on news. I'm on the 5-minute time frame. I'll zoom out. Right, and there we go. So from here, it was the first consolidation point, and that's where the market ended up closing, right, at that level. We've obviously opened and things are still going strong. I did want to get this video out earlier, but work was calling, so I had to get that done. But yeah, this was our first level. So obviously hedges and things like that. Once we'd got those numbers and we spiked down, retraced, it was upside, right? So even if for instance, the hedge that I took, the short hedge that I took on DXY, it was such a quick boom, and then obviously just on the retrace, I just cut it. And again, that's only might look like a big move, which it is, but when you're doing 10% of your sell, it's all good. You just cut it, and you're just happy with that's part of the protection process for protecting yourself on news. All right, so EU, we got the straight sell. We got a bit of a bounce. Any sort of hedge you could, or looking for a sell, you could take on the retrace, because those numbers again were so massive that you're not gonna be holding anything, right? I said, just giving more information on what you could possibly take for the hedge. check numbers in about an hour, ditch if it comes back or just keeps on trending. So this is AU, right? And I've just said, here's the hedge here at the former EL. So 69,780 odd. If we check AU, all right, there's that EL there. So with that hedge, we ran up about 25 pips or so. And then when the news hit, it just sold off, right? So that hedge would have been taken out break even. So hedge at the EL, and then or even if you got in at sort of 7, because when I called the hedge, it had first just tagged it. Say it came down, it held the EL. You're taking along around 720, wherever you might have got in. And then when the news hit, you've just got it at a break even cut. So there you go again. We got the big pump up, and then it's just continued to sell off, right? So that's just taking out anyone that sort of sold on the way down. As it comes back up, they all get taken out, and then we sell off. All right. Just sort of zooming out a bit here. Just having a quick geeze, because I haven't really had a look at the market yet. Alrighty. Yeah, so just posting, just seeing how everyone went with NFP and such. Good level. I sort of I spoke about this. I said, if the numbers were bad on NFP, we could have got this black candle, instead. So that's totally a potential. If the numbers were bad for USD, we could have had this move instead. Sorry guys, bad area, still loading. So we'd retested that EL. The numbers came out great, and price shot up. I'm just showing that the reason why we hedge is because if those numbers were bad for the dollar, we could have got the black candle instead, right? So just explaining that, and just giving guys a heads up on how they could have traded that and all that sort of thing. I think that was it, yeah, and then the rest is just the guys chatting and talking about where we're going next week, i.e. this week. Just people, the boys giving their charts and their analysis and where they think we might be going. So again, come on in and join the party, because we really nailed DXY, and subsequently you nail the other majors with it. What am I expecting? So yeah, let's move on. We got it done, and let's see where the market's going. So this is our sort of first level coming back into here. I personally, we're going to go up here for me. All right, selling off a bit. Selling off on majors. We're going up here on DXY. Right, I'm going to look for a bit of a corrective structure, however it might play, see what's happening at London, and then expecting some more upside to this level. All right, this is the level I'm going to be watching. So 104. 104 is my first level for a bigger corrective structure. All right, that's our first EL. Obviously we've got a bit of supply through here, but I'm expecting us to push through that. That's a regular sort of area that people might be looking for a short. Personally, I'm going for a bit higher, so up to that 104 level before we have a bigger correction. Now from there, do we correct and go more upside, or do we roll on down? Well, I think we have more upside coming personally, but we play it wave by wave, sort of week by week. So whilst I'm saying, I think we have more upside, we got that liquidity down here. And whilst I think we are coming up to 104, we certainly could keep going up. But we could also roll over. So we're just going to play that week by week. And if you subscribe, you'll catch the updates. Bit of a break on the 3-day down trend line there. And, you know, obviously just here's an example of a great trend line on the weekly, you know, tagging it, holding break, a little bit of a break, and then holding and trending up some more. We broke through, and then, as I said, RSI is a nice leading indicator. Once we broke through and we closed on that one, and then we closed on the next one, it's well below and well broken, but price is still right up here. So that's when you're looking for your short entries, and there's a form of range there, a retest on the lower time frames, and then you can ride that down. What do we have now? We've got a lot of hidden bull with this RSI reset. That's not to say that we can't just correct up a little bit and then sell on down, because we certainly can. We won't set a trend line or something going on here, look for a rejection, right? This is just how we play it, wave by wave, week by week, and just see where it's going. I don't really, some of the other boys in the Discord speculate further into the future, which is completely fine. Personally, I don't. I just sort of play it wave by wave, week by week, as I keep repeating. So yeah, three days. The 3 days broken here. You know, a bit of a 3-day RSI trend. So you can see how we rejected and then we broke through, dipped down some more. Obviously, this is once you break through, you're looking for some buy setups, but it can obviously still go down a lot further, right? Which is why back here, that's I've explained in other videos, we were looking for buy setups. We got some great bounces, as you would recall. So after this expanded flat here, which was this one, right? You know, we called that, and then we got the sell-off, and then we were looking for delete. We were looking for our buys below here. We got another great buy, but again, as you know, if you've been following, we just couldn't hold that level. Where are we? Haven't got on this time frame, but there was might be on the half hour. No, I've already deleted that EL. So we had a form EL through here, and we just couldn't get above that level. So we had that expanded flat there, sold off for the new low, and then, you know, we had that as a buy. So we got the big buy up there, but we just couldn't break through. So it's a similar scenario, right, as what we're getting now. So we had this expansion line in here, but we just couldn't get over it. It was about here. So when you see these expansion legs, we got the low, and then we came up, but we just kept rejecting, right? We couldn't get over it. Came down, took the liquidity down, up, down. We just couldn't get past it, right? So that's why I was expecting majors to make new highs, especially EU. We formed another contraction zone in here, and then this was our new EL, and it was pretty clear that we were getting that move down. So we got the move down again. I've spoken about that many times, and you know, we did dip just that little bit lower down to 100.8 odd, but we were looking for 101 the whole time. So we got 101, and yeah, we've got this move up. So this move up, it's looking good. Hope you guys caught the move. You know, if you didn't, then, you know, come and jump in, because you're gonna get the tips, you're gonna get the pointers, and you're gonna get the levels, and I'll show you how to read the market and how to predict the market making moves, and how to trade with them. Yeah. So, and trade with them and beat them at their own game. Let's have a look at EU. What do we got? The 4 hour. Right, we had a great sell off, guys. Expecting, you know, on the let's go down to the 1 hour. Expecting some corrections here, right? I'm not expecting this to just keep selling and selling, but what I'm probably looking for is some sort of corrective wave in here, right? up to London, and maybe even during London, and then selling off some more, and then something bigger, right? Then a bigger corrective wave. So that's sort of what I'm looking at. Not necessarily that high. We just got to see how it plays, but that's basically what I'm going for. Yeah, probably looking for, just again, what do we got here? Might bring this box over. So potential to selling, and then some sort of correction, and then selling, and then we're going back up, and I'm looking for this, and then downside. All right, something like that. Corrections can take many forms, but something like that is probably what I'm looking for. So maybe take a look at those levels, take a screenshot if you want, but that's basically the kind of move I'm looking for. What do we got? GU. GU's been getting pumped. It's caught this long up for 100 pips. We were looking for it to take the top, but I said it may not, and it didn't. So I took my 100 pips profit there. I didn't get into a short, and it's subsequently sold off. What is that? About 300 pips, 370 pips. So this sort of look makes me, it's a bit tricky to be fair, because I really feel like EU has topped, but GU, to leave that double top like that is rare. So there's a potential with how the weeks go and how the corrective waves go. Maybe it just corrects a lot harder than EU, right? We can get a corrective wave, some sort of so moves like this, and then we can get this big sort of corrective wave that could take the top out, and then we go down, So something like that as a potential. S&P, right? I've had this charter for some time. When price was back here, I drew this squiggle. So this is sort of what I'm expecting on the S&P. Right, go up there. We've had the liquidity grab, the swing failure pattern, and expecting to come down. This would be a bullish scenario. Expecting to come down, retest this 12-hour EL. That's also confluent with. That trend line's gone away. That's confluent with this trend line from these two lows, right? And also the bump and run from breaking out of this downtrend. We come down, retest the 12-hour EL, do the bump and run, and then we also sort of hold this trend. Right, we've sort of rejected on that channel, so it's looking pretty good. That's my bullish case scenario. Obviously, if we come down here, get a bounce and roll over, then it's different, but that's too far away to predict, so I don't bother trying to predict things like that. If you're in the sell, I'm in the sell from about 41.50. If you're in the sell, and it starts moving up, then obviously you have to sort of just, again, play it wave by wave. I'd say a stop above here would be pretty good. But at this point in time, coming back up here would be quite bullish. But again, it depends on how it gets there. If it's really corrective, we could correct to up above that before selling off. So I'll be updating this depending on how this plays out. But you know, a corrective wave in line with the other majors, you know, coming up to this sort of level and then selling off. That's kind of where I'm at with that one. What do we got? NU is the other major we're looking at. You know, I stick to those 4 kind of majors. Little bit of UCAD as well. So NU, we did get the liquidity grab. It only just took it, but it took it, right? So that's what we were looking for. This double top. We had the double top. It did, and then we just come up. We didn't take it. Came down, corrective 3-wave here, and then we took it, and then we've got the sell-off, right? So again, in line with DXY and the other majors, and that was your target for NU. So specifically talking, you know, we didn't get the target for GU, so I wouldn't have taken. So I didn't take that sell like I told you, but we did get the target for NU, so that was a sell that you could take. It's getting a bit hot, so I've just chucked on the car to put some aircon for me. Didn't reach target on UCAD, so again didn't long that, but you know, you want to get those targets. It didn't get quite low enough for me. UCAD, you know, can trend differently to and move differently to the other majors in terms of the inverse of the other majors. So it's not a pair I trade all the time. I trade it, you know, when it looks good for buyers and sells, but it's not one of my priority pairs. So just yeah, a bit in the middle, to be fair. I probably expect some sort of correction. Down this, and just a bit of sideways. Maybe a spike and then another hit to the low. All right, that's what I'm sort of looking at for UCAD. If it plays in line with the others, and you know, then we've got the potential from there to go up. All right, silver. If you look at my previous silver and gold video, it's like one of the first, I think it's the 3rd video on my channel. I spoke about silver and gold hitting their supply zone on the higher time frames, and I spoke about silver being a rounded top, and you know, showing this 8-hour trend line. So go back and watch that video, and we rejected perfectly on that trend line. With a liquidity grab just above, and now selling off. So that higher time frame was pretty clear to me, and that's when you wouldn't, let's say, give away a position that you had. You were looking for sells, so but if you had a swing position in here, you wouldn't give it away on that spike, right? You would look at that as liquidity grab, and you would be very confident once it started selling off to even add to your position. So we as previously spoken about, we broke out of that 3-day trend. It got really tight in here, rejecting against the retest, and then we'd broken and subsequently moving down. So silver looking good for this big retrace, right? And if you want to just know some levels where we can retrace to, you know, look for the 382 and the 50, and then you know, if we keep trending and this down trend kind of continues on the 4-hour, 8-hour kind of thing correctively, then we're looking to take out this low as well, down to the 618. So just again, week by week, we'll just trade it and we'll see what comes. Gold was obviously a beautiful trade. Spoke about that, and I'll just show you the beauty of gold. You know, we forecasted this, you know, 3 waves ahead. I think I've got to get down to the half hour for my drawings. Yeah, so Again, go back in the videos, we drew this back up here, came down, just tagged our box for the buy or for the take profit on the short. Right, again, looking for all majors to make that new high. So I went down on the smaller time frame and drew out the correction, forecasted the correction for the Discord. Right, forecasted the correction from down here at 1925. So I drew all this, the move up, the move down, and then the move back up. So we got that move, and then it's on one of my last videos, I said gold is a take profit zone, looking for sell setups. So it was all about taking that profit on your longs and looking for sell setups. And that was simply just just a beautiful three-phase market setup, which we had the expansion line in here. It was somewhere along here. It's just not on this time frame, and that's just your expansion legs. So that's just how it works. You got the line going through here. It's a beautiful expansion leg down, beautiful expansion leg up, takes liquidity, and then we're just selling off. So really good there. So again, with gold, similar to the majors, expecting corrections and a bit more selling, and then we'll look at it from there. Might just go down a small time frame, have a look. I'll do a bit of live analysis here. Bear with me. Alright. I'll get rid of some of these lines. Alright, so there's your EL there, right? Right, you got these expansion legs. Whoop, did that wrong. You got the expansion legs going. Right, up, retest the expansion line, and then we're going up. So, what are the potentials for this? Well, potentially going up correctively into London, or sort of taking these tops out, we sell back down, right, come back up, and then on down. Right, it's that, or we can get just a trend throughout London. So once we've taken these tops, which we have, and then if it just corrects at this level, right, we don't really break back much into this, and we just keep trending up. All right, and then towards London we'll start to get some consolidation, and we'll look for our sell setups again. All right, I think that video's long enough, one of my longest maybe. So I'll get this out. Yeah, look, hope you guys traded well, and if you're having some trouble, again, just come into the free Discord and join and get some info and learn with some great traders. All right, thanks for watching. Shank that like and give me a comment. Give me a comment. Let me know. I never asked for this, but the comments are good for the algorithm. So give me a comment and let me know how you went. Ask me anything. Any comment, doesn't matter what it's about. Doesn't have to be about trading. It can be about anything. Just give me a comment. Helps the channel grow. And if you've got any requests, I'll look at that and we'll go from there. All right. Thanks, guys. Ciao.